Chase Jones.
Well, we kept our eye on these beautiful temperatures and that high cloud cover, but no thunderstorms made their way into the area. But I'm still looking out towards the west. Model data keeps showing us some strong thunderstorms that could push through by early tomorrow morning before things clear up for a beautiful run at those 90s. So we're practicing a lot of that hot weather safety. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours down into those lower 70s, then a good run up into those lower 90s. Then we're fighting back and forth with those southerly winds, and we're cooling off pretty slowly right now in those lower 80s before we drop all the way down into those 70s. Fingers crossed for a little bit more rain as we kick off the first week of summer. 84 in San Angelo. Everybody else joining us in a combination of those lower 80s across the entire region. You see 71 over there in Robert Lee, 84 down there in Junction, looking like 13 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. That's been the spread we've been holding all day, even seeing some of those hotter temperatures around those triple digits up towards the northeast. Now, humidity indices have stayed in those 60s, while humidity indices, well, dew points have stayed in those 60s, while humidity indices have also hovered in those 40s all day. So they've stayed relatively the same temperature and humidity indice concentration across the entire Concho Valley all day is what I'm trying to say. No changes. Now, temperatures over the next couple weeks going to stay a little bit above average, as well as that rainfall steering clear of the Concho Valley. That includes today. Now, moisture tracker is going to show you the strong concentrations of blues forming all the way up toward the northeast. Now, more blue is going to hover around the Concho Valley, so we have our fingers crossed for a little bit more moisture as we close in on Father's Day. You only have about 12 days left, as well as a beautiful weekend near those triple digits. Now, upper level pattern showing us a unique blocking pattern with low pressure off the east coast, high pressure hovering around Florida and the Gulf Coast region, while we still see a little bit of those strong low pressure systems moving around the Great Lakes, keeping that heat dome well clear of the Concho Valley as we still stay in those 80s and those 90s, fighting back and forth. Water vapor imagery showing us a pretty unique system trying to form across the Rocky Mountains. That includes some convection forming across the Sierra Madres that is not showing up as rain shower activity here in the Concho Valley. Severe weather outlook is the state of Texas, and we take it into the surface as we see some of this cloud cover pushing its way out of the area pretty quickly. But as I scoot over to the left side of the screen, well, maybe the right side, not quite sure which side camera left is, but we are keeping our eye on the cloud convection as it slides off towards the east. Now, getting a closer look at where these storms are trying to develop off towards the west with that high cloud cover going strong. Radars are showing us how the cloud cover and the rain shower activity is fizzling out just outside of the Concho Valley. Here's the model data showing you where it's supposed to be, and then by tomorrow morning it's going to try to slide in. Now, my fingers are crossed for a little bit more moisture, but we'll see if it doesn't show up, if those humidity indices don't decide they want to change. As we make our way closer towards Wednesday, get a good opportunity for a little bit more as it pushes in from the north to the south. What is happening right now? But my fingers are crossed again for some of that rain shower activity. So tonight, all the way down into those lower 70s, my fingers are crossed for some severe weather. Be ready for it if it shows up. Then tomorrow, a good run at those mid-90s, but let's make sure we're continuing to practice that hot weather safety as we get closer towards the weekend, making a good push towards those triple digits. But my eye are out towards Lake Nasworthy as we keep our eye on those lake conditions as the weekend rolls around, again nearing those triple digits. But Brian, I finally fixed that grill or that treasure chest, whichever one you want to call it, while those overnight lows push up into those lower 70s. Stay tuned. More of the break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.